Yo, 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 what's up? Crazy lovies. As I stated before, I'm back at it once again, breaking down the fairy tale anime characters. Like I said, I was gonna start with the Dragon Slayers, and you know who's up next? My homie. I told you I was gonna do something special for Gajeel, and that's what I'm doing. I did a little cosplay for him, so I got all geared up with my mullet hair, my spiked wristbands. I drew on my piercings, so I couldn't find any. You know, I went all out for Gajeel. I have grown to love his character over time. I really do love Gajeel. Like, yes, he went from the bad guy to the good guy, but still has his bad boy persona, and I love that about him. So once again, let's go ahead and break down his character. Let's first talk about his personality. He was once a member of the Phantom Lord Guild, which was a dark guild. And then after Fairytale defeated that guild, he later joined the Fairytale Guild. His personality, he seems very standoffish, nonchalant. He doesn't act like he doesn't wish to make friends or nothing like that. He believes himself to be a great musician, even though he doesn't have a great singing voice at all. He displays a sense of honor. Despite his actions while part of the Phantom Lord, when Shadow Gear confronts Gajeel for his terrible acts that he committed upon them, he makes himself open and vulnerable for Target, acknowledging the fact that he done them wrong and giving them the opportunity to put to display vengeance upon him. He even protected Leslie when Luxus shot a blast of lightning at her, showing both his compassion for his guildmates as well as a little bit of hidden hatred for Luxus as well. He's very short tempered. When he and Natsu bicker over small things, he lives for the thrill of combat and becomes very frustrated when he doesn't get the opportunity to do so. Um, Despite the tough exterior that he displays throughout the seasons, he does show a vulnerable side. This is shown during the time when he sees that every other dragon slayer has a pet or a companion of a cat, and he wants one. He doesn't have one, so he tries to seek one out for himself. Goes in the alleyways and tries to find him a cat, and he becomes exhausted when he can't find one, and he becomes very sad. When they get sucked into another world called Edalus, he does eventually find his companion pet cat named Panther Lily. But unlike Happy and Natsu's companionship relationship, which is based most on friendship and being happy go lucky and goofing off, Panther Lily and Gajeel have a more of a they're more like combat buddies where they practice training with one another, especially for the tournaments and things of that nature. So, yes. And also, let's talk about his potential relationship with Leslie. Gajeel saves I'm sorry, I got a tongue twister here, guys. Gajeel saves Levi from Yamaza and Kukamaza doing the tournaments on the island, Tutorial Island. She also gives her support in the efforts of saving her through her magic. She used letter magic, which means she can write out something and it becomes solid and it can be used to that opposing enemy or to help somebody. So she used letter magic. And what she does, she write out the word iron with a heart shape on it. And she shoots at Gajeel so he can eat it and replenish his strength to continue fighting. So right there, you see that there's some type of bond that she cares for him deeply, and it's a little bit more it's a little bit above the friendship level, if you get my drift. So also, like, another scene about him and Levy is when everyone at the guild was practicing ballroom dancing to be prepared for a job project that Urzer and Lucy and Natsu and all of them was about to take on at some type of like elegant castle or something. So they practicing ballroom dancing to figure out how to dance so they can blend in with the rest of the people at the court when they take this job. And he decides to, cut in on a Levy who her other two teammates try to cut in and dance with her. So he pushes them off and dances with her. And it's just all these little subliminal, like, flirtation that's on throughout with them. It's not as it's not to as much as the other characters display their potential relationships with their partner, but it's there and it's very subtle and it's very sweet. It's very kind. He doesn't brush her off. He doesn't act like he doesn't like her. Um, every now and then he put on a bad boy, persona to kind of brush off her concern that she was worried about him when she's fighting in battles right there. He kind of brushes it off. But he does deeply care for Lily. And I'm hoping to see more of their relationship grow throughout the season. I really do. I have a personal attachment to their relationship because they remind me so much of my relationship with my significant other, my husband. It just reminds me a little bit of, their personalities is what it reminds me of. Like, Levy, she's a petite, she's small, and, she's very sweet. She got a kind heart, and she loves to read and she loves to decode things that she reads and stuff like that, which is part of her magic anyway. And I'm a book lover. I'm a big bookworm, and I love dissecting and decoding things that I read, especially dealing with scriptures and the books of the Bible. So I kind of can relate to her on that level when it comes to reading, trying to understand what you read and decipher it and all those things like that. So, yeah. So I'm definitely hoping to see more of their relationship grow as the seasons progress. Now, so I'm going to talk about his magic abilities a little bit. And it's a lot of them, so I'm just going to read them off here. So, Gajeel's an Iron Dragon Slayer, and he was taught to use Iron Dragon Slayer magic by an Iron Dragon. And Gajeel eats iron to regain strength, as I told you before. And his teeth and jaw muscles are powerful enough to go through solid metal with ease, even allowing him to eat the magic canceling metal of the Dharma Amma. Gajeel's magic deals with producing multiple-sized iron rods as well as changing parts of his body into steel. Most of his attacks involve transforming his arms into blunt metallic weapons, which he can do at will. Additionally, Gajeel may turn his iron into steel if he somehow becomes able to absorb trace amounts of carbon. Said process is still toxic and harmful to his body as it would be to others, but the addition of the natural element changes the compositions of his spells, allowing him to deal enhanced damage or break through defenses that his iron could not. He has the Iron Dragon War. He also has the ability to have Iron Dragon Scales. Gajeel covers parts of his body or the entirety of it in steel scales, dramatically increasing his offensive and defensive abilities. When punching and kicking while covered in these scales, Gajeel is capable of creating powerful gusts of wind through mere kinetic force. When confronted with Natsu Gajeel's flames, the resulting clash generate a powerful shock wave which heavily damage the area surrounding the two of them. These scales are strong enough to shatter bone and rock alike. They are resilient against regular flames and much harder than normal iron, as shown when Panther Lily's bust armor wasn't able to cut through them. Gajeel is able to use the scales to completely cover himself, including his hair and clothes, allowing him to completely nullify tempestuous cyclone. He also has a Iron Dragon's club. Gajeel transformed his armor leg into a large steel club, increasing his punching and kicking power. He can also create multiple smaller clubs from the end of the original, hitting many enemies at once. The clubs can be elongated at Gajeel's will, making them powerful ranged weapons. He is also apparently capable of increasing their size dramatically and to detach them from his body. All right, so let's get into uh some of his quotes. Okay, so these are my three favorite quotes that I picked that Gajeel says throughout the show. It's hard looking for someone so small, so don't leave my side. An all-out war on Fairytale, I've seen that before. You're gonna taste the same kind of pain. You never looked up to me. I know better than anyone else that I'm not the type to be admired. You feared me. Let me help you remember that fear. So that includes my breakdown of Gajeel. I hope you like it. Please comment and share and like. This one went a little bit longer than I anticipated. So if it got cut off, you can watch the longer version on my YouTube channel. So yes. All right. Until then, see you next time, crazy lovies. Peace.